Wow, that was a good movie.
And now, your feature presentation.
Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Gen X Spawnpoint, and today I'm going to start watching WandaVision. To those of you who are returning viewers, welcome back. I feel really out of practice at talking at my camera right now, because I had kind of an involuntary break after watching The Mandalorian, because I went and got my COVID shot, yay, and it basically gave me migraines. I'm so looking forward to my second dose. But I am trying to be a good global citizen and socially responsible, so I'm getting my second COVID shot next week, I think. Anyway, there was also a lot of spring cleaning that needed to be done, and for some reason I just don't feel like recording when I've been doing housework and I'm all gross and sweaty. See, look how pale I am. Any physical exertion of any kind and all the blood rushes to my face and I look like I'm sunburned or I'm having a heart attack, and I'm not. I'm just exercising. It makes exercising kind of embarrassing, actually. So, you know, if ever I exercise in public, people are like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just pale and all the blood is in my face. I'm sorry." Okay, so I am done with The Mandalorian for now, and now I am going to start watching WandaVision. Now, before I get into this, I should let you know that I am very familiar with the MCU. Before the MCU came out, I read a lot of comics. My brother-in-law has one of the most extensive Marvel comic collections I've ever seen, mostly X-Men. I've always been partial to Spider-Man myself. My first exposure to Marvel superheroes was Spider-Man on the Electric Company. I don't know if any of you fellow Gen Xers remember the Electric Company, but Morgan Freeman was on there. And occasionally they had this man in a Spider-Man costume who walked around and spoke in speech bubbles, you know. He'd be fighting some villain and instead of talking, he would go, and a speech bubble would pop up and you'd have to read what Spider-Man was saying. It was great motivation to learn how to read.
Oh, Spider-Man. Boy, am I glad you're here. Listen, a big furry thing just came along here, sat right on my grape soda. If I hadn't been off duty, why, I'd have arrested him for unlawful sitting.
Anyway, that was my first introduction. And then it was Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, you know, with Firestar and Iceman, and I loved that show. Then, of course, there were all the cartoons growing up. There was the Incredible Hulk TV show with that lonely piano music. And then, of course, there was the X-Men animated show. Let's see. In the 80s, my favorite cartoons were Transformers, G.I. Joe, X-Men, Spider-Man. There were all the Disney afternoon shows like DuckTales and Tailspin. And then, of course, Batman the Animated Series came out, which was just groundbreaking. And Gargoyles. Oh, I loved Gargoyles. But now we're getting more into the 90s. And Freakazoid. Does anybody remember Freakazoid? Because I loved Freakazoid. Of course, I don't think he would translate very well to 2020 because, you know, teenage boy with the entire internet crammed into his head. Oh, no. That would end up being rated NC-17 or just not rated at all. You know, we got occasional superhero movies. You know, we're on our third iteration of Spider-Man. I loved the Sam Raimi movies. Spider-Man 2 was my favorite movie for a very long time. You know, and then the actual MCU started happening. And, you know, it's like Iron Man. It's like, Iron Man. I never read Iron Man. Never cared about Iron Man. He was rich alcoholic. Woo. And then, of course, Robert Downey Jr. Go in to the theater, watch Iron Man. It changed everything. You know, all of a sudden, I'm a huge Iron Man fan. Never cared about Iron Man before. Robert Downey Jr. made me care about Iron Man. And then, you know, we go forward. You know, Joss Whedon gives us the Avengers. Joss Whedon is a complicated subject for me because, you know, I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That was my introduction to Joss Whedon, was Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, and I loved both of them. And then there was Dr. Horrible, the musical that came out during the writer's strike way back when. And I remember that they actually held a contest to make your own Evil League of Evil application. And I actually filmed one with my girl spawn, who was, I guess she was 3 at the time. And we're actually in the credits of the DVD in mildly large font. She was the pint-sized pirate. You won't find her on YouTube anymore. Sorry. I might, you know, post a clip or two. How did I get on Joss Whedon? I don't even know. How did that... Oh, The Avengers, of course. He directed The Avengers. And now he's doing a new show called The Nevers, which, I confess, I want to watch. I want to react to it. But I've already got other shows lined up first. So I'm going to be reacting to WandaVision today. I have managed to avoid pretty much all spoilers for WandaVision. You know, I saw the first trailer. And what I saw was like, oh, this is interesting, because it's like we've got Wanda and Vision in like these I Love Lucy, Bewitched, Brady Bunch, Modern Family type TV shows. And the last time I saw Wanda was when she was fighting Thanos, and then she went to Tony Stark's funeral in Avengers Endgame. The last time I saw Vision was when Thanos ripped the Mind Stone out of his forehead and killed him. Right before the snap. Okay, theorizing time. The Wanda, the Scarlet Witch in the comics, has reality-altering powers. So I'm guessing that WandaVision is going to start addressing that aspect of her power. Because otherwise, I don't know how else Vision could even be back, unless there's time travel involved. Okay, I think I've rambled enough. I think I should get down to watching this first episode and finding out what exactly WandaVision is all about, because it seems very sus. The whole thing. Oh my gosh, I'm using words like sus. Hello, fellow kids. Anyway, so, got my glasses on so that I can see. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. This looks like the Mary Tyler Moore Show setup. No, the Dick Van Dyke Show. And now we've got Bewitched. And a laugh track.
What do you say to silver dollar pancakes, crispy hash browns, bacon, eggs, freshly squeezed orange juice, and black coffee?
I say, oh, I don't eat food.
Well, that explains the empty refrigerator.
Oh, Wanda, I'm incapable of forgetfulness. I remember everything. That's not an exaggeration. In fact, I'm incapable of exaggeration.
Well, then tell me what's so important about today's date.
What was the question again? Oh, well, perhaps you've forgotten yourself.
You haven't. It's the first time we have ever celebrated this occasion before.
It's a special... Have a good day, dear.
Here, I'm Agnes, your neighbor to the right. My right, not yours. Forgive me for not stopping by sooner to welcome you to the block. My mother-in-law was in town, so I wasn't. So, what's your name?
No, it's not a holiday.
An anniversary, then?
Yes. Yes, it's our anniversary.
Oh, how marvelous.
Are you
How
sure?
many years? A young thing like you doesn't have to do much, but it's still fun to set the scene. Say, I was just reading a Cracker Jack magazine article called
Cracker Jack.
How to Treat Your Husband to Keep Your Husband. And let me tell you, what Ralph could really use is how to goose your wife so you don't lose your wife. Hang on, I'll go grab it and we can start planning. Oh, this is gonna be a gas.
That's highly suspect.
All I know is since you've gotten here, productivity has gone up 300%.
Yes, but what is it we're producing?
Computational forms. And no one can process the data quite like you do, pal. You're like a walking computer.
What? I most certainly am not. I'm a regular carbon-based employee made entirely of organic matter, much like yourself. No.
Hey, what's got your feathers all ruffled?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm a tad on edge. You see, it appears there's something special about today, special to Wanda, that's my wife, and gee, I can't for the life of me recall what it is.
Golly.
Then you had that embarrassing display of beatnik enthusiasm.
I wore a turtleneck.
Yes, best of luck out there in the unemployment line, Jones. You know, I owe my success to being a keen judge of character. No skeletons in your closet, eh, Vision?
I don't have a skeleton, sir.
Glad to hear it. Your future in this company depends on it.
Oh, the stress of must keep a
And you don't have
job.
a song? Nothing.
It's just one night. There's no need to get dramatic.
Look, I think the best course of action is to impress the wife.
And I think the best course of action is to impress the husband.
Wonderful. Glad to know we're both on the same page. Until tonight.
Try our new and improved Toastmate 2000. It's the go-to for clever housewives.
Say, this machine has some shine.
You said it. Set the dial and get
Wanda,
the taste
I think
back
your
into
reality
toast.
is being interrupted by a commercial. Okay, that red light is
the all-new
the
Toastmate
only
2000
color.
by Stark Industries.
Stark
Forget
Industries.
the past. This.
How very atmospheric.
What's going on here, Vision? You blow a fuse?
Pardon me while I just go and fetch the lady of the house.
It's that kitty from that 70s show.
Guess who?
Wanda!
Vision?
What's the meaning of this?
What is the meaning of it? Oh, the meaning of it! You want to know the meaning of it. And
Oh,
the
no.
meaning of it is that this is the reality. Guess who?
Oh, is that my host behind me?
It certainly is.
Lovely to make your acquaintance.
See, I forgot to tell you my wife is from Europe.
You can tell from her accent.
How exotic.
We don't break bread with bullshit.
Oh, hush, Arthur. Have you no culture at all? And that dress.
Yes, it's so
Sokovian.
is what it is, yes.
Can I just see you in the...
What are you wearing?
Well, it's our anniversary.
Our anniversary of what?
Well, if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you.
That man from there is my boss.
You move at the speed of sound, and I can make a pen float through the air. Who needs to abbreviate?
Darling, listen, it's so romantic to do. The candles, the music, that stunning outfit. Truly are a pioneer, but the larger purpose of the forms is...
Was to analyze our input and our output.
Huh.
You're awfully dense, aren't you, Vision?
It depends.
Take out the papers and the trash, or you won't get no spending cash. If you don't scrub the kitchen floor... Well, why don't we have a nice sing-along all together then, shall we? And on their farm he had a... pig. Here and there.
Were either of you aware that married men are killing single men at an alarming rate?
What are you going on about?
Cheers. Well, please eat before it gets cold.
So, allow me.
So, where did you two move from? What brought you here? How long
Yes,
have you
do
been
tell.
married? And why don't you have children yet?
Yes, what exactly is your story?
Oh, just leave the poor kids alone.
Well, really, I think it's a perfectly simple question. Honestly, why did you come here?
That is a
Why?
very good question.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Oh, now
Stop it!
we're going rather
Stop it.
Hitchcockian.
Vision, help him.
Let me help you up. Give me your hand.
What the heck was
All
that?
right, steady on, sir.
Would you look at the time?
Yes. We've got
And
to
our
go.
laugh track is back.
This guest is leaving your home.
Yes, thank you for coming.
First thing Monday morning, you and me are going to have a little chat.
About
We'll see
what?
about that promotion, huh?
Yes, sir. Thank you,
What
sir.
is your company?
Thank you.
Oh, and there's the lobster.
Today could be our anniversary.
Of what? Surviving our first dinner party?
Precisely. And our song could be?
Yakety yak, naturally.
Naturally.
And the ring?
Oh,
I do. Do you?
Yes, I do.
And they lived happily ever after.
huh. Okay, so that was WandaVision, Season 1, Episode 1, although I suppose there's only one season. It's more like kind of a mini show with 9 episodes, I think. So, that first episode, there's some weird reality warping stuff going on. So I grew up watching the old reruns of the Dick Van Dyke Show, which that set was, if not the same, well, it was very similar. And Bewitched. For a long time, Bewitched was my absolute favorite show. I remember coming home from kindergarten and being excited to watch Bewitched and Gilligan's Island. I actually didn't start watching I Love Lucy until junior high, because that's when they started showing the reruns on our UHF channel. If that doesn't date me right there. So, Leave It to Beaver, Gidget, there's, the laugh track, the husband's occupation that is never clearly defined. It's like, what do you do for a living? I don't even know, but I do something, and boy, doesn't it look impressive. So, Wanda and Vision are both amnesiac and trapped in this reality-altering something that is being controlled by someone else. And it's very disturbing. And I kind of love it. So I'm guessing that we're going to be seeing Wanda and Vision being put into these old sitcom situations. For what purpose? I have no idea. But it seems rather sinister to me. The whole dinner table scene where the boss starts choking and Wanda and Vision are just sitting there. And Mrs. Hart. I keep wanting to call her Kitty. She's like, stop it, stop it, stop it. Oh my gosh. I'm like, and then the lighting and the angles, it's also very Hitchcockian. For what reason is this happening? Who is behind this and what are they trying to accomplish? How is Vision even here? Because seriously, the last time I saw him, he was very much dead. Are these Wanda's powers? Is she trying to give herself the happy ending that she was denied? And for some reason is drawing on these old sitcoms for inspiration for her reality warping powers? Or is somebody else behind it? Well, that very last scene where it zooms out and we see this, what was the symbol on that? Right in front of the monitor, there, I hit the microphone. I need to move the microphone so I don't keep smacking it. Right in front of the monitor, there was this thing with this symbol on it. It was a circle with kind of a half moon and a dagger-like. If that's an MCU symbol for some organization, I don't recognize it. So if I'm disappointing any of you out there by going, oh, I can't believe she didn't recognize that symbol. Sorry. I'm old. I'm 50. My brain is not as young as it used to be. Anyway, so first impressions, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was completely nostalgic for me. And it also just had that creepy, just what is going on that was just emphasized at the dinner scene when everything went slightly Hitchcockian and, you know, the boss is choking until Wanda says, Vision, do something. And she's like completely emotionless about it. And then, you know, there's no Heimlich maneuver. Vision just uses his powers to phase through his neck and grab the whatever it was. It looked like a... not sure what it was. It didn't look like anything that was on the breakfast table. It looked like kind of an avocado pit. It's like, what are you doing? Choking on an avocado pit. I'm going to have to rewatch that and see what it was that Vision actually pulled out of his throat because... I don't know, maybe I need new glasses, because I couldn't see it. Anyway, I am very much looking forward to watching the rest of this. The next video that will be coming out will be me reacting to the first episode of The Witcher. So, if that is something you are interested in, I hope you join me. Also, if you are interested in seeing the full-length reactions to any of my videos, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/GenXSpawnPoint. And you can get a membership there and gain access to all of Season 2 of The Mandalorian full reactions. They're watch-along reactions where you have to have your own legal copy to sync up with my reactions. I'm also going to be doing bonus content for my members. I'm going to be posting full reactions to shows that I won't be posting here on YouTube until after I have finished WandaVision and The Witcher. So I'm probably going to be posting reactions to The Expanse and The Boys, and maybe a couple that I didn't even put on the poll that I just want to watch. But all the full reaction videos that I post on the buymeacoffee.com website for members will eventually be edited to be put here on YouTube. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. So right now I'm can't talk. So right now I'm going to be reacting. Really can't talk. So right now I'm going to be So right now I'm going So right now, I'm going to be acting. I can't talk. What is wrong with me? Could be that it's 2 in the morning.